is that time of the week again. It is Live with Christy Wednesday, Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday, whatever sort of wacky Wednesday you are having. I'm having a great Wednesday so far. I am so happy to be back with y'all. I took a little week break. But I have lots to talk about on the show, a lot to discuss, a lot of movies to talk about. So sit back, relax, get yourself a drink or whatever, and let's talk, because it might be a little bit of a long show. Just warning ya. So, who do we got? Hello, everybody. Let's see. Let me go back. Hello, Noah. How are you, Noah? Hello, JB and Israel. Corey, Austin, David. Hello. The Blockbuster dudes. Hello. Hey, Dean. My day is going great. How is your day? Ultra 7 Dave. Dan. Hello, Dan. Let's see. Armor Hunter Rash? Is that your name? I love that. Armor Hunter Rash. Cool. I like that. Hello, Aaron. All right. So, hey, Katie. How are you doing, Katie? All right. So, like I said, we have a lot to talk about. The podcast movie me and Brian did this week is The Exorcism with Russell Crowe. So, I will discuss a little bit of that. And this week I decided to do all Tubi originals. I'm caught up on the Tubi originals now. So I've got 4 Tubi originals for y'all. Clickbait Unfollowed, Romy, Invasive, and Deadly Invitations. So we'll discuss those 4 as well. And I've watched some other stuff, so I'll discuss some other things I've been watching. And yeah. So let's talk, all right? Hey, Trico, how are you? The Collector, hello. Jeff, hello. Garcia, hello, how are you? Is everybody doing good, I hope? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay, so first off, before I talk about movies, let's talk about my little break that I had just for a few minutes. I just needed a break. I got a little burnt out on doing social media and just being on social media. I was kind of getting bored a little bit with like, oh my God, what movies do I watch? And then I ended up just not watching anything. And I don't know, I just got a little frazzled and burnt out for a minute. Just saying. My best way to describe that, being a content creator like myself, you have to be consistent and do things every single day and post and blah, 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 and do all that stuff. I know after a while, it kind of just gets to you. The best way I can describe that, and I was telling Philip and Brian and Liz and some other people around me, so I took the break on last Tuesday. The following day on that Wednesday and the whole rest of the week, and I know this might sound very strange to you guys, but it's not to me. Just going in my closet and just grabbing a shirt and putting it on and not thinking about it, not taking my picture, not posting was like really good for me. Because, I mean, every day I put in a lot of thought process in what I'm posting. So literally when I go in my closet, and y'all know I have a lot of shirts that I have to go through, I'm really thinking about, okay, what shirt would everybody like today? And what movie have I already done? What should I do? And I'm just like, I'm doing this. And okay, and then I got to put the shirt on and da-da-da-da, and then I got to go set up my camera, blah, 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 and then I got to take the picture, and I take a picture for Instagram, for Twitter, and for OnlyFans when I do my shirt photos. You got 3 different versions of my shirt photos. And then I got to sit down, and then I got to post that. It's a process. And to not have to do that process was really nice. It was so nice. I don't even think I really even wore any horror t-shirts the whole week that I didn't post because I was just wearing other stuff that I have. And then it was just like, okay, wearing this today, stick it on and go. It was great. Again, I know that probably sounds really trivial to y'all or sounds kind of weird, but that's the best way I can describe it. I was just getting burnt out on that, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm sick of doing this. And I just needed a break. And I took my week break, and it was great, and I'm good. And so, yeah, here we are. I don't think, like, if you're not like a, hey, Jimmy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you're not like a steady content creator, you know, and you're not really caring about, you know, really growing your page too much or the likes and all that stuff, you know, I mean, you might not have to be like that every day with your posting, right? And I kind of envy people on social media who just don't care and who aren't striving to be a content creator or aren't trying to make money from social media like I am and all that. So I kind of envy y'all. I kind of envy people like that because everything I post every single day is a thought process, and it's a whole process to do. So yeah, and then you have to think about, I have to do my OnlyFans stuff too. So I'm having to think about and do my content for Instagram and Twitter, and then I gotta go and do all my stuff for my OnlyFans too, and then I answer all those messages, and then I answer messages on Instagram, and it's a lot. I mean, literally, it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day out of my day to just be a content creator. So yeah, I just needed a break from that. Hello, Elaine. How are you? Hello, Lester. How are you? Yes, it is the 42nd anniversary of the thing. There's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to mention that is probably going to surprise y'all. So it is the anniversary of the thing. Happy anniversary. The Thing is not necessarily one of my favorite movies. I know, right? A lot of people love The Thing, and I get it, and I know why you do. It is, it's great. I understand that, but it's just not one of my favorites. It's not a go-to. I never say, hey, I want to go watch The Thing today. It's just never been one of my favorites. I'm sorry. But yes, it is the anniversary. Donald Sutherland, that was sad. Rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. He's done so many good movies, so much good stuff. So that was a sad moment this past week. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the Halloween shirt. I just felt like doing all Halloween today. I've got the earrings on and the shirt. So see, thought process. What was the other thing? Oh, the Nosferatu trailer. Halloween King Myers. Hello, how are you? Da da da. Thank you. I'm glad you like my nails. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just trying to read what everybody's writing here. Or remake. Dawn of the Dead original or remake? Oh, do I have to answer that one? Because y'all are going to hate me for that one too. I really like the remake of Dawn of the Dead. And it's not that I don't like the original Dawn of the Dead. It's a little long. But I really like the remake. I like both. Okay. I see that you switched accounts, Channel JB Destiny. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is really good. It's really good. Okay, so I'm about to. Hey, Joe, how are you? I'm about to talk about The Exorcism. So first off, the first movie that I did watch was The Bike Riders. Me and Philip did go watch that on Thursday afternoon, the minute it came out. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all that movie was so good. I loved The Bike Riders, okay? But as we all know, the Nosferatu trailer was attached to The Bike Riders. And I think it's funny. I love y'all so much. I think it's funny. Some of y'all I told that I watched The Bike Riders, but none of y'all were like, oh, how's the movie? all y'all were like, oh, did you see the Nosferatu trailer? How was that? No one asked me about the bike riders, though. I thought that was so funny. So to me, it looked boring. Sorry, but it does. It looked extremely boring. I was watching the trailer not knowing that it was the Nosferatu trailer. I was just kind of watching and I was like, okay, this movie looks boring. And then all of a sudden it said Nosferatu and I was like, oh. Okay. I'm going to watch it. Don't get me wrong, it might be a really great movie. Just from the trailer, for me and my tastes in movies, it looked extremely boring. And Brian knew that I would say that because he knows how I am about movies and he knows my taste in movies. So, yeah. That's my take on the trailer. I'm sorry. That's not the answer that everybody wanted either. But I'm going to watch it. I'm excited for it to come out at Christmas. So that's going to be a cool movie to go watch at Christmas time. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, all y'all are horror people. Philip is into motorcycles. He's in a motorcycle club. And so, yeah, so we went to go watch the Bike Riders. You know, finally watching a movie that is for Philip and Philip wants to watch. And I thought it was great. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought Tom Hardy did a great job. It's kind of briefly supposed to be about who? Philip? Bike Riders. Who's that supposed to be about? The Outlaws. Yeah. It's kind of supposed to be about the Outlaws. I thought it was great though. So do I think Hammer films are boring? No, I do not. I love Hammer horror. I absolutely love Hammer horror. Lost Boys or Near Dark? Lost Boys. I am not a Near Dark fan. Sorry. Okay. John, you said The Exorcism this weekend, in your opinion, it started slow and finished strong. All right. So let's talk about The Exorcism. This is what everybody's talking about right now. Russell Crowe. A lot of people are crapping on this movie. I can tell you this. It's not that bad. Okay? People are saying it's unwatchable, blah, blah, blah. It is not unwatchable. That's just so crazy when people say that. Jesus. I was more entertained by this movie than I was by In a Violent Nature. So there's that. So it's really more of the dynamic of Russell Crowe and his daughter in the movie. Okay. So Russell Crowe is an actor. He's been out of the business for a while because his wife had cancer. She died. After that, he had a drug problem, alcohol problem. The daughter, I had her problems or whatever. She's like 16. She had her issues. So she had went away because she got kicked out of her school. And she was going to like a Catholic school or something. So they have a lot of demons and issues and family stuff happening. Okay. And he gets this job to be a priest for a movie. And it's called The Georgetown Project. But of course, we all know it's The Exorcist. And he's going to be the priest. And it shows that the priest from before, or the actor from before that's supposed to play the priest, had gotten killed on the set. So they needed another actor. They get Russell Crowe. And so he starts playing the priest in this movie that they're making. And then all of a sudden it's like he becomes possessed by the demon that's in the movie. Okay. And then, you know, things happen after that. So he's possessed, and then he's kind of scary. He's pretty scary. He does say some very vile things. He says some very harsh stuff when he's in his possession demon mode, to his daughter and other people, just really nasty stuff. So some of the stuff he was saying, I was just like, oh, you know, but that's really what it's basically about. And then, like, the end, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the end a little bit. So the ending, it did start off a little slow, but the ending I didn't really care for. I was hoping, so in the middle of the movie, they're doing the movie, they're filming the movie, and then all of a sudden Russell Crowe is possessed, right? And they're on the film set, and he's in front of all of the film crew, and all of a sudden he comes down, he does all this scary stuff, and then he bends backwards and contorts backwards. You know, they always do that contortion stuff in Exorcist movies, and he's doing all that. It's really creepy. You can hear bones cracking and stuff, and all the people are screaming. That moment in the movie was probably like the highlight moment, to be honest with you. It was cool and creepy, but that's probably the one highlight moment in the whole movie. I wanted the ending, what happens in the ending, I wanted that to be like, I thought it was going to be like while they're filming the movie, you know, like that scene. But it's not. They're on the movie set, but they're not actually filming the movie within that time frame. He becomes possessed. You kind of find out because of all his demons that he's had, the drinking, the drugs. And then you find out that he was an altar boy when he was a kid, and something happened with him and a priest when he was a kid. You find that out. So the demon is playing off of all that with him. And there is an actual priest that is on set that's supposed to be like his mentor, you know. And, you know, of course you get to the possession, or the whole ending thing, and the real priest is gonna, you know, get the demon in him, and then Russell Crowe. It was weird because Russell Crowe isn't actually a priest, but I guess he channeled his faith all of a sudden because he was an altar boy, and I guess that makes him able to do an exorcism, because then he actually did the actual exorcism. And I just thought that was a little strange and a little weird. I was just like, oh, okay, so it turns out that he's going to do the exorcism. Okay. But yeah, and that's really it. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of highlight moments in the movie except for that contortion part in the middle. And then there's one other scene where Russell Crowe, you know, he's possessed, and one of the other actors on the movie, he like puts this like glass shard, or I think he like punches through a mirror. I think it was a mirror. He punches through the mirror the guy is looking in, and then this big glass shard goes in the dude's eye. And that was probably like the bloodiest moment in the movie. And that really is all. There wasn't really any huge highlights. There was one huge jump scare that got Philip. He about jumped out of his chair. It was so funny. But yeah, I didn't hate it, but it wasn't all that either. I do like The Pope's Exorcist better, if you want to say that. I'm kind of giving it like just a mediocre 5, right down the middle, 5 out of 10. I think Brian gave it like a 6, but you can hear our podcast, Nightmare Podcast, on Friday on here and listen to me and Brian talk about it a lot more. I suggest waiting for it to stream for free. That's what I suggest. So, so hold on. Y'all have been talking. Hold on. I have to go back. What are y'all saying? Hello, Anthony. How are you? Oh. Elaine, is your mother doing better? I know y'all were talking about that. You and Dean were talking about that. I was just gabbing on. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I totally recommend everybody just waiting for it to stream free. No, it is not a sequel to the other movie. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. I do not think his career is in horror. I hope not. Yes, I do know all that. Brian had mentioned all of that on the podcast. Yes. Yes, I knew all of that. So I had someone tell me, that I guess this is true. I don't know. I'll just tell y'all and whatever. Google it. Tell me that they had actually made this movie, The Exorcism, like 4 some years ago or whatever, and it didn't get any, like, the test audience hated it or whatever, so they didn't put the movie out or something to do with The Exorcist, because it was originally called the Georgetown Project, but they changed the name up to The Exorcism. And I guess what happened was, when The Pope's Exorcist came out, and he's in that too, and then that got really good reviews or whatever, it did really well, so they're like, oh, let's put this other movie out that he's in, and we're going to call it The Exorcism, to try to trick people into thinking that it's some sort of sequel, and it has nothing to do with The Pope's Exorcist. So, there you go. That's what it was told to me. I don't know if that's true or not. Sounds about right? Because I know we all thought it was some sequel or something, but it's not. Pope's Exorcist was actually a little better. That is true. It was really made back in 2019. So there you go. Hey, Dale. How are you? She's a lot better now. They worked on her. Oh, I'm so happy your mom's a whole lot better. Oh, that's good, Elaine. Are you feeling good too? Because I know at one point you said you were getting sick or thought you were going to get sick. So, hello, Robert. How are you? Because most aren't that good. No, you know what my favorite exorcism movie is? Of course, I like The Exorcist. I mean, that's just a given. But I really like The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I think that's good. And Jennifer Carpenter, I think, did an excellent job with all her little exorcist parts and the contortions and all that. Yeah, I love that movie. I think that one's really good. So if you haven't seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose, try that one. Watch that one. I think it's loosely based off of a true story as well. And then you also get, like, the court, what was happening in the courts with this story too in there. I like that one. Yeah, I want to see Longlegs too. We will definitely see that. So, next week, real quick, for our movie next week, we are going to do a Tubi original, actually, that's about to come out. I think it comes out today. It looks really good. Bloodline Killer. So Brian had seen this and showed me the trailer. But yeah, Bloodline Killer. It comes out today on Tubi. And so we will be discussing that movie next week for the podcast. And obviously I'll discuss it here too. So if y'all want to start checking that movie out this weekend on Tubi, it looks like a great little Halloween slasher, and Shawnee Smith is in it. So yay. Check out the trailer. There's a trailer for it. Bloodline Killer. Okay, so now let's talk about the other movies I watched. What are y'all saying? Hey, all right, Dale, you come on. I'll be done here shortly. Dale is coming to Nightmare Toys. Like right now. I know he's here in town. The last horror that legit scared me. Yeah, I mean, it really is legitly scary. Exorcism of Emily Rose. And not a lot of people talk about that. What do I think of the Hell House movies? I'm going to continue to upset y'all with my opinions. I'm not a huge fan of found footage. I normally do not watch found footage movies. I have watched Hell House, the very first one. I haven't watched the other ones, though. And yeah, I mean, it's scary. It's decent. It's good. I'm just not into found footage very much. But if I had to say found footage movies, yeah, that's a pretty good one. I hate Blair Witch. I am not a Blair Witch fan at all. I like part 2, but other than that, I don't like any of the Blair Witch movies. No, not a fan. Okay, so let's talk about the other movies I watched. The other Tubi originals. So, I watched 4 of them. 2 of them I was pleasantly surprised about. One of them I was really surprised about. One, had came out a little while back, and I've kind of been skipping it this whole time. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound interesting. And I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. So I pretty much enjoyed all these movies except one of them. So one movie out of the 4 I didn't like. So let's talk about that one really quick. That one is called Deadly Invitations. The poster for it, I'm trying to pull all this up. This is the poster for it. Can y'all see? So that is the poster for it. And just by the poster alone, I was like, ooh, this might be a really cool slasher movie. He has the scary mask on. It's going to be a good slasher. No. It was not a slasher. Well, I guess it kind of was. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. It ended up being about human trafficking, is what it ended up being about. So you have this girl, she's like 18 or whatever. She's an influencer, but she's had some trouble in the past with drugs and partying. And then her mom is a journalist. The dad had died. Had died in like a car wreck, but they always have kind of thought that, or I think they said it was suicide, excuse me. Died in a car wreck, but that it was suicide though. And they had never believed that the dad, the father, husband, whatever, had actually committed suicide by driving off of a bridge. Well, then it happens to another person in the movie, and that's on the news. And so now the mom is like, wait a minute, this is a coincidence. What's happening here? So her being a journalist, throughout the movie, she's trying to figure out what's going on and what's happening. And she thinks that there's something else going on and people doing this, and that it's not suicides. And so she's kind of like an investigator throughout the whole movie. The daughter, while the mom's investigating all this, the daughter gets this creepy invitation to this like high class VIP sexy party thing that she's already been told not to go to. And of course she goes. Now, when that happens, I'm thinking that the party is like one of those like sex masquerade parties. You know what I'm talking about? So I kind of thought the movie was kind of going to go there and stuff was going to happen. But then as the movie goes on, the mom unravels what's actually happening, and the people at this party are actually human trafficking young girls. And the mom finds out that it's connected to the dad. Apparently he was at one of these parties. And it's connected to the other girls that were found, dead in their car, and they said it was suicide, but it's really not. And that's really the movie. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing exciting that happens throughout the movie. The story is a little bit bland. I liked the daughter. That's really about it. And then you find out at the party, that it's about human trafficking. And then they don't really explain much more after that, and nothing else really happens. And yeah, it's not, that one I didn't really like. Just not a lot happened in that one. So Deadly Invitations, I give a 4 out of 10. It's more, drama thriller. I think, and it says horror, but it's more drama thriller to me. So that one would probably be a good pass. I don't think that's why I watch these. I watch these for you guys, so you know which ones to watch and which ones not to watch. Let's see. What are y'all saying? Hello, Kyle. How are you? I have one horror movie that's hardly discussed. Yes, Tourist Trap, and they're supposed to be remaking Tourist Trap. Isn't that awesome? No. Why would you remake Tourist Trap? That I don't know. I love Tourist Trap. It's one of my favorites. So. Hello, Raven of Stories. How are you? You are welcome. I'm saving you some time with Chris. The Case. No, I have not seen that. The Blockbuster Dudes. I have not seen that. I don't think. No, I don't think I've seen that. Mm-mm. Okay, so let's see, which one do I want to talk about next? Because the other three movies I actually enjoyed. I actually did like. How about I'll just talk about my least favorite from the other three then. So let's see. I'm trying to look. I didn't write any notes down. I always have notes. I didn't write any notes down for any of the movies I watched. I didn't write anything down. I always have stuff written down. Shame on me. But I didn't. I just watched all these movies and I was like, I'll just wing it. Whatever. Okay. Invasive. A movie called Invasive. I will show you the poster. Stop with the Instagram for a second. Okay. That is Invasive. Can you see? Can you see it? So this movie is what I'm about to talk about. Okay, so this movie kind of surprised me some. So the girl that you see in the poster, hold on. Okay, so the girl that you see in the poster, her and her friend, a male friend, are working a high class party at this big beautiful mansion house. They're caterers. They're within the catering business, so they're caterers at this party. But what they like to do is squat at these big mansions after they've catered a party. Like if they find out that the people that live in the house are about to go away for the weekend or whatever, and then they like to break into the house and stay the night and party in rich people's houses. Well, this time around that they decide to do that, it backfires completely on them. So the girl is the only one that ends up staying in the house. The guy gets a booty call and he ends up leaving her and going somewhere else. But he does return later on the movie when things are happening, so then things start happening to him too. But anyway, so it just shows, her having fun in this house, in this mansion, blah, blah, blah. And then the couple that own the house, well, the husband first comes home, didn't realize he was going to come home. So he's home first, and she is hiding, and she watches him kill somebody. So now she's like, oh my God, this dude is a killer. He is psycho. And he is very psycho. I seen somewhere that someone said that this guy reminded them of Patrick Bateman. A little bit like a Patrick Bateman type character. Kinda. Yeah. A little. And so then it ends up being this whole cat and mouse game between her and him. And then the wife comes home. And so she's begging the wife, oh my God, da, 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 da. Come to find out, the wife is in on everything too. And she finds out that the couple is just completely psycho. Things are happening in their basement that she finds out. And it's a lot of crazy psycho shit. I did not realize that the movie would go there. And it was a nice little twist once you see what they are doing. Yeah. They're also in the medical field, too. So, just saying. If you might know what they're doing in the basement. I'm trying not to say, but... so, yeah, she finds all this out, and then it just ends up being this cat and mouse game between her and the husband and wife. And then it adds in that the guy that she was with, he comes back to the house and doesn't know anything that's going on, and then he gets involved and stuff like that. It was actually pretty decent. I liked it. Like I said, I didn't realize it was going to go there and that they were going to be that psycho, and they are. So what's going on in their basement is pretty horrific. So yeah, I liked that one. It was a nice fun surprise. So yeah, try that one. Try Invasive. I don't know. I don't know. Some of y'all, I don't know if y'all would like it. Some might. But again, it was pleasantly surprised about what was actually happening, though, in the movie and in that house. It was fun. But don't go squatting at a house. I mean, obviously you're doing it at the wrong house. All right, so let me see. Where's the other one? Invasive. I just had it. I hate it when I do that. Oh, roaming. Okay, here we go. Romy. Sorry, I had all this saved, I thought. Oh, now it's not. Here we go. Okay, so the next movie is called Romy. This is the movie. This movie right here surprised the hell out of me. I have been looking at this one for like over a month now. I'm like, I don't know if I want to try that one. Because when you read about it, it's reading like the girl in the movie is at like a smart house, you know, so it's like a Megan, but it's a house. You know what I'm saying? And so you think the whole movie is going to be about like this house, and Romy is the name of the AI in the house or whatever. So you think that it's going to be about that the whole movie, and it takes a complete freaking turn, and it's not about the house. Hold on, what are y'all saying? Arcadian. Hey Pat, how are you? Love the meta. Now I haven't seen the trailer for Heretic. I guess I have to I'll go watch that when I get off here. That would be cool, Lester. A Hollywood make a spiritual Native American. That would be cool. I like that. Oh, I've heard that too, that they might remake Death Becomes Her. Why the hell would you remake Death Becomes Her? That didn't even make sense. Remake of House of Wax. It's already been remade. We've got 2 House of Waxes. We don't need any more. I watched a movie on TV last night. I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. Is that like I Spit on Your Grave, like within that series? I have no interest. I'm not into the. And that was 2 hours? Oh. No. I'm good. It's confirmed? Why the hell would you do that, though? Oh, God. It's not going to be the same as the original Death Becomes Her. Okay. Anyway. Anne Hathaway, Lady Gaga. What? Okay. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Romy, because I really liked Romy. All right. So, you've got this girl, this young girl at the beginning of the movie. She's driving. She hits a pedestrian. Hit and run kind of a situation. So now she's in trouble. Her mom is like a senator or something to do with politics. So her mom can like fix the situation and get her out of the problem. So she sends her daughter to this house to go stay at for a while, to whatever. And this house is another big, huge mansion. And it's a smart house. And her name is Romy. And she sounds like a Megan, you know. And the owner of the house, he's telling her, about the house and what to do and all this. And telling her that another guy will be coming around to program her name into the program of the house so Romy can start talking to her and blah, blah, blah. So that's really the only characters in the movie. The young girl her mom at one point, and then the 2 men. The man that owns the house and then the man that did the whole computer stuff in the house. That guy. Whatever you call that, whatever. And he seems a little creepy, okay? And she she's kind of befriending him. It's like the only person she's really talking to, and he's coming over and checking on her every now and then. And so is the owner of the house. He's coming over too. And while you're watching it, they're both kind of creepy. You're like, okay, something's gonna happen. Something is up. I don't know what, but something's happening. And you also think, like, with the way that Romy is acting, the house, you think the house is going to do something or whatever. So I was kind of glued in for a little while, like, okay, well, what's going to happen here, And I got real interested in it. And then this movie also took a whole freaking turn. It was not about the house at all. It ended up being about not the owner. Well, it ended up being about both. The owner of the house. You do see, while she's walking around the house, she sees the apparition of the wife. So the owner of their house, his wife had died. Okay. So the girl is seeing her throughout the house, here and there and all that, So that's kind of like what's going on here. What's that story? Who was this kind of a thing? And she's finding out that story and figuring out that it's the wife. And then, like I said, it takes a whole complete turn after that, and you find out what's actually happening, which I don't want to say. I don't want to tell y'all anymore because it's a really nice twist. And I kind of was thinking a little bit of it and who was involved already, but it went even further than I thought it would go, and it got real crazy and got real sinister towards the end of the movie. And then, of course, the mystery of the wife and the ghost that is unveiled, and all that. So it really was good. Invasive, I would give like a 6. This one I would give like a good 7.5. No joke. I'm glad I finally watched it. Because like I said, I thought it was just going to be about the house, and the house was going to like do stuff and kill her and whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't think I'm interested in that. It was not about that at all. So it was kind of a supernatural mystery thriller horror in a way. I was thinking this when I was watching the movie. If you've seen Death Spa, okay, the premise of Death Spa a little bit was a little bit like Romy. I was just thinking Death Spa with the storyline just a little bit. It touches it like that just a little. So yeah, it was good. I say try it. I really do. Yes, People Under the Stairs remake. They're remaking everything. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, though. Okay, Jeff. Well, I'll see you later. I hope your daughter is feeling better. Bruce Willis is gone with dementia. Yeah, poor Bruce Willis. But anyway, watch Romy. That really was good. I'm telling you. You might be pleasantly surprised like I was. And it really went there. It got real sinister. And then the other movie I was so pleasantly surprised by, and I'm so excited about, and I want everybody to go watch it, and that is Clickbait Unfollowed. Let me get the poster up for that. Clickbait Unfollowed. Everybody's on my Instagram. Can you see that, hopefully? Okay, so this is another one. Just by looking at the picture, I was like, oh, God, what is this going to be about? I don't know if I want to watch that. And then it says Clickbait Unfollowed. I was like, it's going to be about influencers. Do I really want to watch another horror movie about influencers and blah, blah, blah? It is about influencers. I did watch it, obviously, and oh, my God, it was really good. I really liked it. I give it a strong 8, at the very least. So, yes, it is about influencers. So, about, 5 or 6 influencers, guys, girls. There's even a kid that's an influencer that's involved, and his mom's psycho. They are all invited to another big mansion, invited to this mansion, and they don't know why they're invited or what's about to happen or, what's going on. So they get in there and this chick, another influencer lady or whatever, who's part of this whole scheme, this whole game, it ends up being a game that they have to play, comes on the big TV screen and then starts telling them what's about to happen and what the game is and all that. So they have to, the games are, making a live video for 2 minutes or whatever, but they have to be real though. Okay. No filters, no this, no that, because a lot of influencers, there's a lot of fakeness on the internet with filters and all kinds of sorts of other things happening. So this is kind of a lesson to them in a way. And it's also kind of about the mental health of being an influencer. And like I just said at the beginning of my show, I had to take a week off. So I get that. But it does kind of be about the mental health, and they kind of talk about that, being a content creator and influencer. Now, all of these people, though, in this movie have like 250,000 followers or whatever or more, okay? Well, no, they have 250,000. All of them have 250,000 because as the game goes on, they either gain followers or lose followers. And if you lose followers, then you're out of the game and you die. But this is the kicker. When they die, they die in some horrific ways. Like, I was very surprised by some stuff in this movie being a Tubi original. The one part that I've been telling everybody about that I think is like, I would say the grossest part, if you want to say that, the grossest, most disturbing, and funny. And it's funny too. So there's comedy with stuff too. The main one that I'm talking about, it involves a butt plug and it involves a gag. And that's all I'm going to say. But it's pretty shocking. I was like, whoa, Tubi fucking went there. Okay. And if this was a big budget movie with a lot more money, like, that scene could have been way worse than what it was. So I'm not going to say what happens in it, but I want you to go watch it and be like, oh, okay. I know what she's talking about now. But yeah, they die in horrific ways and things happen. So they're playing a game, and one, an influencer, if they lose that particular game, then they die and go away. But then things get flipped towards the end. People get vicious, very vicious. Like, the mom of the kid is like vicious as hell. She ends up having to be an influencer. Like, it's really sinister. It's very sinister, very creative, but it's also kind of funny too. There's a lot of funny moments. It's probably moments that aren't like, it's not really supposed to be funny, but it's funny kind of a thing. But this movie really surprised me, and I really, really, really liked it. I give it a strong 8. So please go watch that. Please, and tell me what you think of Clickbait Unfollowed. Hello, Rodriguez. Thank you so much. Hello, Steve. It was fun. Thank you. Austin was like, sounds fun. It was fun. It was a fun movie. And I hate that, like, when it did come out a few weeks ago, I was just kind of like, and I was doing that just by the picture alone and the name of it, because I knew it was going to be about influencers. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it. Very good. Good one, Tubi. Will we be carrying the new Ghostface Pops? Yes. I did order some. I cannot order from Funko anymore, so I have to order from a third party. But I did order them. But when I will get them, I have no idea. I don't know. Because I know I've seen some people already get the big Ghostface. But yeah, I don't know when I'll get them, but I ordered them. I've ordered everything that's come out pretty much. It's just when I get it, I have no clue. And I don't do pre-orders or any of that. So, gross scene. That is funny equals Gonzo. Yep. See, Dan watched it. He even said the butt plug ball gag was gnarly. For a Tubi movie, that was a pretty insane scene. So, yeah. Hey, Captain Spaulding, how are you? Ooh, an updated sequel to Brain Scan. Okay, I might be down for that. That I might be down for. New horror collectibles popping up at Walmart. Don't talk about Walmart to me. We'll talk about Walmart in 2 seconds, Danny. I need to talk about that. Have Cheetah Will View. Hello. A lot of these Tubi originals have been really good. You just have to pick and choose and just try them out. But that's why I'm here. I will watch all of the Tubi originals pretty much that seem like they are some sort of horror or thriller movie. And I will watch them for you guys and tell y'all which ones to watch and which ones not to watch. I like doing that. So, Hellblazers was good. That was good. Yeah, so spill the tea. I'm going to, Danny. I'm going to spill the tea. So real quick though, anyway, that was all of the movies that I have watched. So please go watch all those Tubi originals. Tell me what you think. Clickbait Unfollowed, Invasive, Deadly Invitations, and Romy. And then The Exorcism, just wait for it to stream free. The best thing I can tell you for that movie. And then, let's see, what else did I watch? Oh, my horror pack came. And I had gotten the movie Pig. And I know a lot of people, when I posted about it, a lot of people were like, oh, that's a really good movie. So it's on Hulu. So if you want to watch the movie Pig, it's on Hulu. I watched it on there, and it is so good. It really is good. It's with Nicolas Cage. That's more of a drama thriller, I think. I don't think it's necessarily horror at all. But it's so good. I really, 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 really liked it. My horror pack this month was really good. The Hammer horror movie, Blood, what was it? Blood in the Tomb, Blood in the Mummy's Tomb, I think. It's like the 4th installment of the Mummy Hammer movies. That was so good. And the main actress, it's not necessarily like a mummy, it's a female. And the lead actress for that is absolutely stunning. I mean, the epitome of gorgeous, in my opinion. When I was watching it, she's very well endowed, naturally. And when I was watching it, Philip came in the room and he was like, whoa. I was like, I know, she's really gorgeous. Absolutely flawless woman. So just to watch, I think it's on Tubi. Blood in the Mummy's Tomb, I think is what it's called. Watch that one just for the lead actress alone. Seriously. But it was really good though. I enjoyed it. And then one of the other movies was The Call with Lynn Shay. I've seen that before. I like that. And then the other movie was some brand new 2024 movie I've never heard of, but I haven't watched it yet. Maybe I'll watch it and talk about that next week. I've watched a lot of documentaries. Gene Wilder documentary. Bratz, about the Brat Pack. Oh God. The P. Diddy crap. Kevin Spacey. Wow. And the Nickelodeon documentary. I watched that. If you are a 90s kid, 2000s kid, and you watched Nickelodeon and you watched all of those shows, you may not want to watch that documentary. I just can't believe. How can you have 4 pedophiles on Nickelodeon? That was a disturbing documentary. I I did not watch Nickelodeon. That's a little bit past my time a little bit. I watched it when it first came on because I was a Double Dare fan. I loved Double Dare when I was a kid. But then that started to it went into syndication on Fox. And so I started watching that on Fox. And so I didn't really watch anything else on Nickelodeon. I was like 12, 13 in the 90s, and then I was a teenager and all that. So I wasn't watching that. But my daughter watched some of these shows in the early 2000s. Like Drake and Josh. She had posters of him on her wall, and what Drake went through was it was insane. Anyway, I'm warning y'all, if y'all really liked those shows, you might not want to watch that documentary. I think it was really good for the actors and actresses to do it. I think they were happy to do the documentary and talk about their experiences. I did not know this. This is how old I am. I had no clue that the big guy from Head of the Class, because I watched Head of the Class. I loved Head of the Class. I love that show so much. I didn't know that the big guy from that, Dan Schneider, was part of Nickelodeon. I had no clue all of this time that actor from Head of the Class was the asshole on Nickelodeon doing all this stuff. Or not doing all of it, but being an asshole and pretty much the reason for a lot of the Nickelodeon TV shows that were popular. I had no clue on that until I watched this, and I was like, what? The guy from Head of the Class has been head of Nickelodeon this whole time? I had no clue on that. That surprised me. And then he's an asshole on top of that. Okay. Anywho's, I've been watching a lot of stuff lately since I had my week break, and I watched that. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's a warning. It's a warning for y'all Nickelodeon kids. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. And I didn't watch the shows with my daughter. I just know what shows she liked. She had the posters of everybody on her walls and stuff. Amanda Bynes. I love Amanda Bynes. I loved everything she did. My daughter was a fan of hers. I liked her movies that she did. I thought they were fun. I liked her. I thought she was absolutely gorgeous and funny and a good little actress, a good little comedian. And they talk about her a lot, but she's not on it. But we all know what happened with Amanda Bynes. So, apparently there's probably some stuff that had happened with her. Ariana Grande. The things they had Ariana Grande do in her TV show. It's like stripper stuff. Pouring water all over her, and that's supposed to be a kid's show? I didn't know any of that. And then they were complaining about how much foot stuff was in all these shows. So there's like a lot of feet jokes on these kid shows, and they're tickling feet and doing stuff with feet. Apparently Dan Schneider had a thing about feet. I didn't know any of that. Wow. It doesn't surprise me. Out of all of the documentaries I have watched about Playboy, Victoria's Secret, and everybody else, Spacey, P. Diddy, and every single person and every single business, every single thing in the past is all corrupt, and everything evolves around sex. Sure does. Sure does. If y'all haven't watched the Menudo, I don't know if any of y'all know Menudo. Menudo was I don't want to say like Mexican, yeah. Well, I don't know if that's proper. But they were the boy band, in the 70s and 80s. I watched them on Sesame Street. I loved Menudo. I thought the boys were so cute, and they were all over the magazines. Yes, magazines. We had to get our news from magazines back then. Teen Beat. I love Teen Beat. Got a lot of my pictures and posters on my walls from Teen Beat magazine. But that story is very disturbing. The owner of Menudo was sexually torturing one of the guys. And when that guy got a little too old for him, he went on to a new one. Same thing that happened to Drake, from Drake and Josh. It was very hard to watch Drake talk about that. And you can tell he doesn't want to talk about it very much. My daughter loved Drake and Josh. She had a Drake and Josh poster on her wall. But their stories, the Menudo story and Drake's story, were very similar. Sad. It's very sad that Hollywood, music, politics, all of it is all corrupt. Has always been corrupt. And it all evolves around sex of somehow. And if you haven't watched any of the documentaries about Harvey Weinstein, Hugh Hefner, Victoria's Secret, if you haven't watched any of those, there is one person in all those documentaries that's always at all the sex parties and at all the stuff. You know who that one person is? Donald Trump. He's in all those documentaries. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, churches aren't any better. I'm gonna go there. Church is no better. Churches, that's all just cults. It's all a bunch of cults. It's crazy. And then what happens with that? I mean, ugh. Yes, all the Nickelodeon shows were tainted. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. It's very sad. I didn't mean to go there, y'all, but I mean, I'm just trying to tell y'all what I've been watching, and I really wanted to warn some of y'all that are Nickelodeon kids that, I don't know, you might not want to watch that. Because then you're going to go back and think about the shows and be like, oh, I remember that scene, and now you're going to think of it sexually. So, okay. No, I haven't seen the Pretty Little Liars horror spinoff. I haven't watched any of that, but I will. Oh, it is just the tip of the iceberg. Oh, you are so correct. I was a dancer for 17 years. And if you think your neighbor or someone you know, your doctor, your lawyer, whoever, if you think that they're not going to the strip club, guess what? They're going to the strip club. I promise you that. It's funny. All right. So, my other subject I want to talk about. Okay, I'm going to talk about it now. Let's talk about Walmart. What happened yesterday on Twitter. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. So, if you haven't noticed, or you haven't seen, or you don't know, I don't know how you can not know, because everybody and their mama is posting their Art the Clown Terrifier VHS from Walmart, which the rest of us already bought a long time ago. So, okay, cool. So I had seen the post of Trick or Treat Studios putting some product in Walmart, but they're teamed up with Bloody Disgusting. And I know Bloody Disgusting's been teaming up with people and putting different types of products in Walmart, okay? I have a small business. I've sat here and I've bitched about NECA and Funko and Mezco and how they operate, how horrible they are, and all that. There's more to all of that, but I'm not going into that. But yeah. So I have always been told by Chris Zeffro that he wouldn't put Trick or Treat Studios in Walmart and Target. Me and Chris Zeffro are good friends. Before anybody else wants to say anything, we are good friends. Okay. We have each other's phone numbers. We call each other. Like, okay. I got upset when I seen the post from Trick or Treat Studios. Now, I admit and I apologize for overreacting. I did overreact, making my post on Twitter and making my opinions about it. But I have strong opinions about that because I own a small business. I don't need any other products that I sell to go into Walmart. I cannot compete against Walmart. You are all going to go to Walmart, just like you have all been doing the past 2 days, to go get those products. So there you go. So what if I had those products? You're going to go into Walmart or come to Nightmare Toys? You know, so it made me upset because I've already been dealing with such bullshit from the other bigger companies that I got upset. What I should have done was just call Chris and ask him about it. That's what I should have done. And I didn't do that. I posted mad and I apologize. I have talked to Chris about the situation. I do know the situation now. I'm good now. So, so I make that post. Okay. And if y'all have seen, I made another post later on. I deleted all that and I made another post about a certain person, and I'm going to call that person out. His name is Zach Fleming. Zach, Z-A-C-K, Fleming, F-L-E-M-I-N-G. Zach Fleming is a troll in this community. He is a hater. He is a troll. He will harass you. He has been harassing me for years. I have never called out any of my harassers. I have never called out anybody over these past few years. And because of what he did, I'm calling him out. So I made that post on Twitter about Trick or Treat Studios, whatever, and I'm mad. I have blocked Zach Fleming from all social media. I have no idea how he's seen my post on Twitter. He must have a troll account. I don't know. Or maybe somebody else seen it and showed. I don't know how he's seen it. I get a message from Chris Zeffro from Trick or Treat Studios yesterday, a text message. And it's the screenshot of my post on Twitter. And then he's talking to me. He's like, hey, you know, you should have called me first. Let's talk about this. It's not what you think, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, holy hell, how does he know about this? Because Chris doesn't like social media. He's not on there. He's not on Twitter. So I know he didn't see it. Okay. And he's telling me what's happening. I'll tell you all in a minute. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm laughing. I'm going, so who tattled on me? Because I know you didn't see it. He goes, oh, Zach Fleming. Of course he's going to fucking tell me. And I don't know. So Zach Fleming screenshotted it and emailed it to Trick or Treat Studios. How immature is that? What in the actual hell? And what are you thinking? Like, what do you think is going to happen? That Chris is going to be like, is going to spank me and ground me for the week or something? Or he's just going to drop Nightmare Toys because I said I'm mad about that? Or, I mean, what in actual hell do you think that you were going to accomplish when I'm friends with Chris Zeffro? and email them a screenshot of my post. It's so stupid and immature. How old are you? Oh, and I thought I was rid of you. I haven't seen Zach Fleming's bullshit since Facebook. And I've been off of Facebook for 3 years. So this guy is still obsessed with hating on me. And does that. Who does that? Who emails another company? Like, it's so childish. It's so fucking childish. I just cannot believe. You know? And so I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, Zach Fleming. Okay. This makes sense. Because I remember Zach Fleming. And so, anyway, so I make my post on my Twitter and my Instagram to warn y'all of Zach Fleming. So, let me tell you why he doesn't like me. I started Nightmare Toys in 2017. And that's when I started getting on all these Facebook groups and becoming friends with everybody. Okay? And I was heavily into the Trick or Treat Studios fan club page, which has turned into some crappy Michael Myers page. But anyway, so I was on the Trick or Treat Studios fan club page for a long time. I was very popular on there. Some people did not like that. But Zach Fleming, he was ordering from Nightmare Toys. Okay? He's a Michael Myers guy. He was ordering from Nightmare Toys. Everything was cool. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. We moved the store to Vegas. Blah, blah, blah. And then November of 2020, I start my OnlyFans. That's where all the immature people came out. Zach Fleming decided to not be my friend anymore on Facebook and not order from me and all this stuff. And then he kind of started like being rude to me on posts and stuff in the groups, you know. And so I remember messaging him on Messenger very nicely and was like, hey, Zach, you know, like, what's up? Like, why did you unfriend me? And, you know, like, why are you kind of being nasty? Like, what's up? You know, like, what's going on? Because I thought we were cool. And he flat out told me, I will not support you anymore because you started an OnlyFans and I don't agree with a business owner having an OnlyFans. Okay. So that's his problem with me. I started an OnlyFans. Which ended up being the problem with a lot of people. Which is why I ended up getting off Facebook. And him and his little buddies that he had at the time, all Myers people, when I got off Facebook, decided to make fake Instagram pages to harass me some more on Instagram. I knew exactly who they were. And I will not call out the other people, but Zach Fleming was one of them. So that's why I have such a bad taste in my mouth with Michael Myers. I've had a lot of shit from Myers people. I don't know why. It's really weird. But okay. So yeah, so that's what happened. That's the story of this Zach Fleming, and that's why he doesn't like me. Because I started a freaking OnlyFans. Again, I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. I do not make money from Nightmare Toys. I have never made a paycheck from this business. I have never paid myself. I have never gotten a penny from Nightmare Toys. I provide this business for free for myself. It's free because I'm not getting paid for everybody else for this community. So when it came about for me to do an OnlyFans to make some freaking money for myself, yeah, I did it. Get over it. I don't care who likes it or not. I was a stripper for 17 years. It's nothing new. I just stopped for a few years so I could focus on Nightmare Toys for y'all. And then I get this hate, this bullshit, for no reason. I mean, does everybody expect me to just sit here at Nightmare Toys and continue to not make money? And it's been 6 years now. Me and Phil aren't paying ourselves. Everybody thinks that I'm rich and that I have all this money. I don't have money. I'm broke. I have an OnlyFans. I mean, I do good on my OnlyFans. I love my OnlyFans. But I don't have a bunch of money. It's all a misconception. So I do OnlyFans. So I don't care who likes it or not. I don't give a shit. I will pay my bills however I want to. So if I want a damn OnlyFans, I will have one. And I make a lot of people happy. So that's how I feel about it. I love doing it. I mean, I don't get the hate from the horror community, though, because sex is in horror movies. Hello, it's nudity. All 80s movies are boobs, tits, ass, the whole freaking thing. So for any horror person to have such a problem with sex and nudity, you're a hypocrite. Go away. I don't want to talk to you about horror. That's just dumb. That's like sitting around saying you love action movies and you're in the community of action movie community or whatever you want to call it. But yet you're over here hating on guns. Guns is in action movies. That's all part of it. It's just, I don't get it. And I'm never going to get it. And I'm at this point, I don't care. I don't care who likes what I do or not, because I'm going to pay my bills. OnlyFans, that's another thing. Let me tell you something. There is a TMZ documentary that just came out on Tubi. Go watch it. It's about stars doing OnlyFans. If you don't have a clear view on why people do sex work and stripping and all that, watch that documentary and find out why all those stars that were stars, why they're doing OnlyFans right now. Sex sells. Sorry, but it sells. Sex sells more than horror collectibles. I'm sorry, but it does. I am here to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I am not going to lie to you. Sex sells way more than horror collectibles. So, there you go. So that is what happened yesterday with the whole Walmart Trick or Treat Studios thing. I did talk to Chris Zeffro, and he even said, he's like, it would take a lot more than just a screenshot of you being mad about something for me to be mad at you. I love you and Philip. I love Nightmare Toys. And we discussed the situation. It's all good. And yes, I did overreact. I apologize. And yes, I should have just called Chris. I don't know why I didn't do that and ask him, hey, what the hell is going on here? But I have every right to be upset about that. And I had a lot of people in the community on Twitter that don't follow me hate on me for my post. I blocked about 20 some people yesterday. It's like, how can you hate on me for sticking up for my small business that, once again, I am providing for the horror community? And you're hating on me for being upset by that, all because you're so super excited for stuff to be at Walmart? I'm glad you're excited. I really am glad that you're excited, but it's not exciting for people who own a small business in this community. Other store owners were also coming to me, and they were upset about it too, because it's just another blow to our stores. You have no idea, if you do not own a store or a business, you have no idea what's been going on the past few years with these companies. It's been rough. It's been a headache. And we've all felt it. And for anybody to just hate on me all of a sudden because I'm mad about Trick or Treat Studios being in Walmart, you can go to hell. You're never going to understand. You are never going to understand. at all. So I'm happy for everybody that everybody's happy that they can go to Walmart and buy everything. I'm not. So no, I haven't gone to Walmart to get anything. I don't need to. I have it. I already have it. So Chris told me it is a one-time deal. It's not happening again. He sold the 3 products to Bloody Disgusting, and Bloody Disgusting put them in Walmart. So that is what happened. That is what's happening. So if those are the products you want, you better get to your Walmart and go get it, because it is a one-time deal, is what I was told. And now look at what's happening on eBay. You got all the scalpers and all the assholes putting that damn VHS on eBay for $60 to $100 now. There's listings. It's so insane. Why didn't y'all go buy the VHS when Broke Horror Fan had it for sale a long time ago? Like me and Brian did. I don't have to go to Walmart. I've already had it. And then, if they put a Terrifier figure in there, so, is everybody just going to go get that Terrifier at Walmart and not at the small business? Okay. But it's a one-time deal, so I'm good. But when you see all these NECA, we ordered that Terrifier figure, and we were told we were not going to get restocked on it until probably about August and September. Well, now we know why. Because they're now all in Walmart. So that's why I'm upset. Or I was upset. So I just want y'all to understand that, if you can. They said the products will be available again at some point. Well, Chris told me it was a one-time deal, so I don't know. Whatever. Maybe at some point they will be. I don't know. Whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. We're tired of competing against Walmart and Target. I can go and tell you that right now. We're trying to go through other smaller companies to get other products in here that are not in Walmart and Target, and hopefully they freaking will never be. And try to get some other shirts and stuff in here to try to be different. So that's what we're trying to do right now. So I don't have a whole wall of NECA anymore. It's freaking hard to get their shit. They're not easy to work with. So I have to come up with another game plan and get other types of products that I can get and sell. And if that don't work, I'm going to have to close. I'm telling y'all right now. The collectible business has changed ever since COVID, and it has not changed for the good. It is changed for the worse. It has been horrible the past few years. Just anxiety-inducing. Before COVID, everything was fantastic. And now everything is saturated as hell. Now all y'all all of a sudden can go buy everything at Walmart, even horror t-shirts. And Ross has t-shirts, Kohl's has t-shirts. Like, what in the actual hell? We can't compete against all these stores. And then, you've got Fright Rags. Fright Rags, Cavity Colors, Terror Threads, Gutter Garbs, Graveyard Classics. Those are Halloween shirt company. Those are like your big shirt companies in the horror community. They have been here a long time. These people love horror movies just like you. I do too. We're all collectors. How do you think that it makes Fright Rags, Cavity Colors, and Terror Threads feel when everybody's going to Walmart to get $10 shirts? I get why everybody's going to Walmart, because the shirts are $10. Why not? None of us can afford to sell $10 shirts. It's never going to happen. I cannot do that. So just think about that a little bit. I'm just saying, I know there's a Walmart right down the road from everybody. I know it's right there. I get it. And It's nice that a place like that is now carrying horror stuff for horror people. I get that. Trust me, being a collector, I understand. And if I did not have Nightmare Toys, I probably would be going to Walmart or Target and grabbing a few things myself. I understand. I just want everybody to understand my viewpoint and the small business's viewpoint on this. So, I mean, I know a $30 shirt to a $10 shirt. I get it. Walmart don't care about you, though. And you can't go into Walmart and have a conversation about horror movies with anybody. So, yeah. It's rough. So for people to attack me yesterday in the community, for me to stick up for small businesses, was pretty insane. To those people. I was just like, okay, whatever. Because if this continues, if the Walmart thing continues, let's just say Trick or Treat Studios does get into Walmart and they start putting their masks and stuff in there, we're out. We're out. We can't compete that. And we already had to compete with Spirit Halloween with those months. So I'm just telling y'all realities here. So I hope that Trick or Treat Studios masks are never in Walmart. I know y'all hope they are. I hope they are not. Because there will be no more Nightmare Toys if that starts happening. If things keep going the way they are and Target and Walmart keep getting a lot of things and keep getting everything first, which they're going to. Yeah, I mean, Nightmare Toys won't be around a long time. We can't do it. Can't compete. Can't afford to. So that is why I got very upset yesterday. So. Okay. So, I know I've talked for a long time. I'm so sorry, y'all. Are y'all okay? Everybody good? I'm about done, I promise. I'm just reading what everybody's saying. No, I'm not going to go work with the new Universal Studios. But I'm hoping with Universal Studios coming out here, that might make more and more people come out here and come to the store and everything. We've been doing really good in the store lately. Like, it's been really crazy. Yeah, with summertime now, and there's a lot of tourists here in Las Vegas. So we've been doing really, like, Mondays have been really busy. Like, that's really weird. Mondays are usually so, but lately, Mondays have been real busy. So sometimes Mondays have been busier than the weekend. It's weird. So. It will. Yeah, it will. So anyway, I have talked to y'all for about an hour and a half. I think I have discussed a lot of different subjects, different movies. So hopefully y'all can take away from the movies and go watch a few of those recommendations. Hopefully I can get you thinking a little bit about the small business and what's been going on in the collectible world. Always looking for that money. Oh, I know big business. I know all about the big business. Ugh. Yep. So I hope I've given y'all some insights on stuff and how things are and everything. So, we will be having a 4th of July sale coming up on 4th of July. Everything 15% off in store and online. If you do come in store, we will be closing early that day. We will be closing at 5 o'clock on 4th of July. We'll make posts, and there's a note on the door, and we'll put it on the Google and all that stuff too. So, but yeah, I'll be closing at 5 o'clock on Thursday. Just a 24-hour 15% off sale. So if there's anything you're wanting, Thursday would be a great time to order that. We did a bunch of new videos today with the girls, so those will be coming out, seeing some restock and new products that we have in the store. So maybe you might want one of those new products. What else? I am still working on signings. The next signing we would have that I'm working on would be September. I don't want to do anything in the summer. It's too hot. So I don't have anything written in stone right now, but working on that. Let's see what else. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all my new projects. Wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. New projects. So this past week, something I've been working on really quick, and then I'll let y'all go. I have been working on some projects I was asked to do. So fun stuff. I shot a little scene at my house for a movie called Mad Cow Massacre. Beach Zombie Pete on Instagram, Pete Hance is his last name. He is doing that movie, Mad Cow Massacre, and he asked me to be in it and just to shoot a scene at home. And I did, and that was fun. So we'll see how that goes. That's coming out this fall. Then I was asked to do another movie. Jay Crimson, I don't know if you follow him. He asked me to do a little something for his movie at home. His movie is called Lilith, and it is about a she-demon kind of a thing. And I just had to be looking like a she-demon, and I have some blood coming out of my mouth, and I'm topless. He said that there's going to be a lot of boobs, snakes, and vaginas in this movie. It's like, okay, I'm in. Hey, I'm all about it. So I just did a little scene for him to put in his movie for that. So 2 movies. And then I was also asked to do a convention. Now that is actually not a convention, but a documentary about conventions, about horror conventions. That is actually on IMDb, so you can look that up. Let me pull it up for you. It is called Convention Creeps, and it'll come out, I think, later this year. It is on IMDb. Here is the poster for that. Convention Creeps. And they just wanted me to do like a 10-minute segment on my experiences with horror conventions, with being a fan and a vendor. So I will be in this documentary. And if you look up, you'll see my name first on the IMDb. I'm excited. My IMDb is growing. I need to get a picture on there though. So yeah, so 3 projects I actually worked on this past week too while I took a break. So yay, 2 more movies and a documentary. Can't wait for y'all to see those. All right, I'm going to go now. We've talked about enough stuff. Save stuff for next week. So next week, like I said, we are going to talk about a movie called Bloodline Killer. It is on Tubi. I think it aired today. So go ahead and watch that this weekend, and we will discuss that movie next week. And then I would like to tell y'all, after next week, me and Philip will be gone for 2 weeks on a motorcycle trip. We're taking a little motorcycle vacay. We will also be going to Alabama as well. But we will be gone for 2 weeks in July. So no podcast, no live show. So next week I'll do my live show. And then after that I'll have 2 weeks off. Just letting y'all know. Okay. All right. Well, I will see y'all later. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all had fun with the show and learned a lot. Hopefully. And I will see y'all next week. I love you guys. Have a spooky day, a spooky weekend. Bye.